You're on.
Good evening, Dr. Sue and participants.
Hi there, Miss Deb.
Hey, how are you? How's the weather in Jersey?
We got little ice crystals coming down on top of the inches of snow, and they're still running around with salt trucks.
Oh, yes. Well, it's raining here, so the roads are clear and the temperature's going up. So I think we are now in the clear.
Yay!
I know.
Yay!
So I'm super excited about this webinar because we all need help with our emotions. And during the winter months and after the holidays, I think it's especially helpful and useful. And we all have challenges daily in our lives. So, Dr. Sue, the floor is yours.
We can give you guys some tips maybe. Sometimes people forget what they think about dramatically affects their chemistry. And we brought you a little bit of science. We brought you a little bit of common sense. We brought you some things we hope will be helpful to you because you already have a wonderful bag of tools we call oils. And this is a thought that we have at the beginning. You are the books you read, the movies you watch, the music you listen to, the people you spend time with, the conversations you engage in. I what you do with our really fun BOGO week, Petitgreen was already one of our great bargains.
Dr. Sue is kind of garbled.
I'm garbled?
You were a moment ago when you talked about Petitgreen.
Okay, Petitgreen is naturally decreases the neuronal excitability. That's part of your neurotransmitters. Sorry, brain's a little bit off today. Use aromatically to calm your nerves. I need more Petitgreen. I can see that now. I love Petitgreen for lots of things. We did a webinar and it's still available if you guys want to see it. Here's that funny noise again.
Yes.
That's not us. I can just hear it on there. You're created to function as a whole. You as a human being. Think of wellness at the center. Spirit, body, and mind get to balance once you nourish it. Part of nourishing it is what we talk about. It sounds like a salt truck going by. Is it a salt truck going by your house?
No, we're super quiet here.
Yeah, we don't have any noise here either. That's very funny. All right, we're going to talk about emotions. We're going to talk about what happens when people think difficult thoughts and what happens to them physically. If you have no peace, no passion, you're fatigued and you're stressed, you're going to have physical manifestations of these issues. And one of the things that people talk about all the time is the baggage they bring with them because they haven't finished processing. So, what stopped caring? That's just my brain going, it's okay, no problem. The arrows now show you if you have a bad day, it affects every part of you. It just does. That's just part of what happens. You can't feed your mouse chocolate and your hips don't know about it. Foods, you can look at it this way. We broke it down into quadrants just to help you understand that everything is connected. And one of the handouts that you can't see, because you do have handouts there, if you go to the little gray box and you see handouts, you can print them out. There's two, but Deborah tried earlier, could only print one. So, in zone one, if you're angry and impatient, physical side effects can be stomachache, headache, any number of aches in that area, and so that further complicates you already feeling bad. If you are unmotivated or discouraged, you can suffer from brain fog, chest tightness, that, what's going on inside your head. If you are speaking hopeless thoughts or you're withdrawn, you're not expressing how you feel, cause your own chest tightness or lower back pain. If you're tense and worried all the time, that's where we get the digestive system involved, and you can't take enough, you know, acid or digestion to relieve it. And you also have neck pain or back pain where you think like you're carrying the whole world. We call this bad feeling soup. See how that could apply? Are you there, Deborah?
I am, but you keep leaping out.
I'm sorry. We are fully connected. I don't know what the deal is. We can relieve those symptoms with calming, composing, and placating using serenity. We can use citrus bliss. It's invigorating, stimulating, and motivating. You can use elevation. It's inspiring, encouraging, and cheering. Or you can use balance. It's a wonderful grounding, reassuring, and consoling. Now, this is a simple way of explaining how essential oils used consistently and help you move from a bad feeling soup into a good feeling state. I want you to think in terms of emotions are information. They're carrying molecules that number one, bind to and react with cell receptors. Emotions get into cells, and emotions impact cell function and behavior. Think of these as your emotions. So if you're loving, if you're feeling good about things, the chemistry is going to run in here and help you feel so much better. Emotions are processed throughout your whole body. Your body is made up of intelligence cells, and they're wired to restore health. You have to be able to take in oxygen and glucose and good things into the cells, and negative emotions, repeating bad scenarios over and over in your head work against you. But essential oils help with communication, clearing debris so that the intelligent cells can remember how to be the original recipe, your RNA. Because when your cell receptor sites are cleared by the molecules of essential oils, they behave in the most positive, optimal manner. Even if you've had a bad day, even if you've had to express yourself about these New Jersey drivers have to stop coming into Pennsylvania. I mean, whatever it is that's bothering you, if you add essential oils, you will help balance the chemistry back to more closely matching your original recipe. Now, this is Dr. Joe. I know you're very familiar with him too, Deborah. Don't you love him?
He is awesome, and this is a great quote.
When you embrace elevated emotions in meditation or life, what you are actually doing is signaling your genes ahead of the environment. Your body doesn't know the difference between an emotion created by an experience you're having in the outside environment or an experience you are creating internally by embracing this new elevated emotion. So when you embrace elevated emotions and think thoughts that are greater than the self-limiting ones that keep you stuck in the past, your body begins to prepare chemically for the future because it believes the future is happening now. These elevated emotions have a higher and faster frequency than base emotions. Let's use this example. Guilt, fear, jealousy, anger, those are more base. They're slower. Think of them as a slow waltz. And since all frequency carries information, when we change the frequency, we change our energy. That new energy can then carry new information, a new consciousness, a set of intentions or thoughts. The more elevated the emotion, the faster the frequency. And the more you feel like energy instead of matter, meaning you're stuck. If you feel like matter, you're kind of stuck. You feel heavy. And the more energy becomes available to create a more coherent energy field, shifting further away from disease and more towards health, or for that matter, towards signaling your genes. Now, the reason we bring this up is because more and more people are talking about minding your mind and using whatever tools. We use intention bracelets. We use little post-its to say, I love me. We use whatever motivation can help you shift from old patterns of thinking, because your body hears everything your mind says. And a lot of people I work with, and Deborah will tell you she has experienced it also, people will say, oh, I'm a really positive person. But then when you hear how they speak and how they're skeptical and they expect the worst to happen, you have to help them realize that although they think they're positive, they have some patterns that are working against them. And if you apply oils and restate your intentions often during the day, you will be amazed at how you feel your energy rise. Rather than get tired at 3 o'clock, you're going to be so energized you're not even going to notice it's 3 o'clock. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. And I love what Dr. Joe Dispenza says, because it really makes you think about what we in our mind are doing to our body. So that's something that I think we each will need to reread and really give it a lot of thought.
Well, yes, you could print that one out too if you want to. We are fortunate in that doTERRA has given us, besides the 4 oils we talked about, they have given us a whole set of emotional aromatherapy. And they gave it to us in 2 formats. There's a full just oils format, which is very potent, and they're wonderful, and it doesn't take very much to help you. And then they gave us the touch series that's pictured here. I love using the touch series because most people I work with have trouble remembering to drink a lot of water. And whenever you're moving things through your system, whether you're processing emotionally, whether you're getting rid of a bacteria, you just got over a cold, whatever you're doing, the oils are going to free up debris that you don't want there anymore. And the water, just plain water, washes away the debris, washes away congestion, so that you feel so much better. And it's really important when you apply oils, if you don't have your vision board right there with you, you have some idea about what state you want to bring yourself into. How high do you want your vibration to be? Because the cool part is, even if you work in an office of Debbie Downers, the truth is you can hold on to yourself by using oils. If they don't want you to use oils, they can smell. You can make a party in a tube. You can choose the fragrance that you can inhale, and you can make healthy statements like, I am healthy. I am spontaneous. I'm loving and lovable. I am better at listening to others. You pick the virtues you want to see. You apply the oil, and then wonderful things happen. I am drawing to me people with similar values who are teachable and excited. The reason we suggest these things is when people grow within their multi-level marketing business, it's a relationship-based business. So guess what? We're going to make mistakes. We're going to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. We'll forget to listen. Things are going to happen that may upset the apple cart, but because it's a business, you can say to people, you know what? I just learned that my approach really wasn't the best. Can I practice on you? Can I try again? And what's really fun is you teach them about restating affirmations while they're applying oils. And it's amazing how peaceful everybody else becomes because you chose to be peaceful. You chose to feel good. You chose that you wanted to feel better. So you said, I am better at listening to others. I am drawing to me people with similar values who are teachable and excited. I use cheer. I use passion. I use console. I use all these oils, and I always carry 2 or 3 with me because you never know what kind of rain is going to happen. And I particularly love doTERRA's blends because the Touch series is good for everybody. Even if people are not well hydrated, it definitely will help you in that moment. Have you had experiences like that, Deb?
I have, and I have the oils with me, and it has been helpful in a lot of situations, whether somebody has recently passed away or feeling sluggish or with the kids. I myself carry the roller bottles as well because they're a quick application and you don't have to worry about skin sensitivity ever.
Yeah, and one of the things that I found was the more I focused on being calm, the people around me get calm. I can't try to make you calm and then calm myself down. Does that make sense?
It does. And I had that experience over the weekend with my mother being in the hospital, and we were diffusing and we were oiled up, and things went amazingly well. Amazingly well.
Right. I always ask people to approach the emergency room with phrases like, I am so grateful for the doctors and nurses who are paying close attention. I'm so grateful that they rise to their highest, best talents. I am so grateful all the good doctors have come rushing in just when I need them. Say that before you ever even get there, because you will be surprised how the universe supports you. Now, here's the same oils in the original format, which is full strength. I order both. The reason is when I'm making a party in a tube example for people, I use this size oil to share with people, and we use inhalers. So if we're going to have a class on emotional blends, if we're going to have a class on you get to choose the blends you're going to use, I make up little inhalers of all of these and I have them labeled. And I say things like, we're just going to have you inhale from the inhalers so that you can make decisions because these are so rich. One might overpower another. You're not quite sure what you like, what you don't like. And you just sit around the table and you circulate them one at a time, talking about the benefits. And what's really cool is I save till the end passion. And the reason I do that, it was one of the favorite oils of like everybody I know, but it can like overtake things. And you were saying that earlier today that you heard a webinar they did on Motivate. Did you want to tell us some of the comments they made so people know what?
Yes, this was a psychiatric nurse in a psychiatric hospital in Utah, inpatient unit. They have a lot of military personnel in that hospital, and it is sometimes of critical nature where they are suicidal, post-traumatic stress. They have other patients as well. And the nurse said that they believe in trying alternatives to just dosing people up with medication so that people can learn to relax and let go of the past. And one of the oils that they use a great deal is Motivate. So when the patients arise first thing in the morning, everybody has Motivate roller bottle and they're putting it on pulse points. They're also giving the Motivate either on a cotton ball or on the wrists or different materials for that patient to have with them when they go into a therapy session, because it is painful to bring up old trauma and old memories. And this helps the people to live in the present and also to stop thinking about the demons in the past. And a lot of times, patients with post-traumatic stress, they cannot differentiate what is reality and what is going on in their mind. So this hospital has found that especially the Motivate, and they use Motivate and Cheer, but the Motivate really helps with this, but it has to be used consistently, pardon me. And the nurse also stressed increasing water intake. And I'm hearing this not just from you, Dr. Sue, but more and more. It's maybe because I'm in tune with this a little bit more, but I'm hearing everybody talking about mind over matter, positive thinking, affirmations, whatever word you like to use. It really is the same core value, but it was very profound, the video that I watched. doTERRA has it and it's accessible, but it was amazing.
Great. Is it in Tara's back office or is it posted somewhere where we could find that?
It's on the YouTube channel and I subscribe. I'm sure that it would be on the doTERRA channel under YouTube or the website, but if somebody has not seen that, I will certainly be happy to send out the link.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I just want to remind people that diffusing is very effective and you don't have to let it run the whole time you're having an event. You can diffuse for 10 minutes before anybody comes in the room, and you've already reset the ionization to a higher frequency. When it comes to sick children or the seniors, diffuse out in the hall outside their room. It's plenty potent. If you want to do, like, we have friends of ours, we've adopted their children because we don't have grandchildren, so we've adopted their grandchildren, and they have the light up, different diffusers, and they go from, of course, we only suggest citruses and breathe, gentle things like that. But the kids love to pick what's going to be in their diffuser. You can apply the emotional oils to your throat, behind the ears, on your feet, wherever you think conducts to you. And the reason I ask you to carry party in a tube with you or carry little bottle blends with you is because if you have a bad time, you have a challenge, you have something surprising occur, get out your oils, take a second, inhale, apply. You're the master of your emotions. And whatever emotions they are the right ones. Okay? There are no bad emotions. Allow emotions to be what they are, energy waves. And like waves of the ocean, let them roll over you. Accept your response and then release it. Like balance is your evening, think of it as evening out your emotions, friend when you're on the go. Accept the feeling, let it register, and then release it. You don't have to hang on to it. You don't have to analyze it. You don't have to talk about it 18 different ways. You go through the experience, it's a lesson, you move on. And please remember, you can't reach for anything new if your hands are still full of yesterday's junk. Forgive, that's the one in the green bottle, and console are amazing for accepting your lessons and moving on. Some people are programmed, if they were raised in dysfunctional homes, to constantly play back an accounting system of all the terrible mistakes you ever made every time you're human. It's one of the keys of a dysfunctional home life. Hypercritical, nothing is ever enough. You can't please anybody. And so it's difficult for you to focus on your virtues when someone is pointing out to you constantly your humanness. So to rewire your perception of the world, to rewire your evaluation of you, we recommend that you use forgive. We recommend that you use console. And you say things like, well, that was really just a lesson. I've learned my lesson. I'm moving on to the next adventure. Just like you're seeing your hands full here, if you're playing back the injustices that were done to you, whether consciously or unconsciously, you're not participating in this perfectly present moment. One of the gifts you have in your group is Deborah shares the aroma touch technique. She's a certified trainer, and this is an amazing gift to people who are waking up to the fact that they have more talent, they have more virtues than they previously gave themselves permission to experience. So it's really important that you let oils clear your old wiring and that you be aware you have new choices. Find out when the next aroma touch technique is and bring a friend, because then you can take turns once a week sharing the technique. When we're working with forgiveness, it's really important that you use a mind wash of some kind. You have to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, or else you'll lose yourself every time. If you react to everything that's going on around you rather than just go through it and understand everyone's human, understand nobody's really out to get you, you have to do a mind filter to correct your perceptions that may be found fault with you. And how you react to other people is how your insides are reading you. So we recommend from Dr. Dave Stoyer, frankincense 2, copaiba 2, and grapefruit 2 with 6 fractionated coconut oil. Throw it in a capsule and have that with breakfast and have it with dinner so that you can wash away the debris of stinking thinking, the debris of focusing on something besides your virtues. Because see, if you focus on your virtues and your talents, if you focus on, gosh, I was successful, I ran into my ex and I didn't start yelling, I saw this person who created an injustice in my life, and I was able to just pass this person by calmly without feeling rage or playing back whatever that injustice was, because I'm not going to give them any more of my time or energy. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Okay. We really ask you to use the tools at your fingertips, which are the amazing oils. We ask you to create party in a tube, no more than 9 drops of oils in an inhaler. Carry it with you. If you're going through a troublesome time, keep saying positive things to yourself. Keep remembering what got you positively excited. The first time you looked at your partner's blue eyes, whatever it is that stirred within you a really high vibration, call that up. I mean, we are so fortunate in the New York area. I love the New York Botanical Gardens. Every year they have an orchid show. I love the orchid show. I can't wait to go back next year. What I'm trying to say is, whatever experiences you've had that have stirred you within, music, going to plays, going to symphonies, operas, watching a funny movie, whatever stirs you is where you spend time in healing. The higher you raise your vibration, the more loving you understand you are and that you're connected to all centers of love. And before you put your feet on the ground in the morning, count 5 things you're grateful for. If you can express gratitude when you wake up for 5 things, the whole rest of your day will present more of those things you are grateful for. The universe loves to play match. So if you wake up in the morning and say, I really love the fact that my husband has Friday off. I am so excited we get to spend the day together. Then you get to spend more days together. When you say things like, I can't wait to get to the new oil class. I am so excited and I will be able to retain the information. You express gratitude, you state your positive affirmations, and it's amazing what happens. You accomplish so much more. And cheer and motivate are a great combination. There's actually another research going on up in Canada to do with schizophrenia, and it's not to get people off of medication, but it's to complement the medication. And many of the citrus oils that doTERRA has are being used, and we're very excited about it because sometimes with schizophrenia, people's chemistry will change and will shift, even when they're taking medication. But if they like the oils, they will stay more balanced. Now, this is a cool chart. Yeah, Deborah, you could share any of this with your team, with your people, whatever will help them help others. Is this the one that comes inside the box?
It is, and you can also order individual large posters of this diagram from the
Right,
doTERRA website.
right, because it kind of helps you understand how the different elements of Mother Nature can complement and boost. I mean, it allows for growth because if you're gloomy, remember each one of the emotions expressed here, if you go to the equal and opposite side, it's amazing. So if you're distressed, the deeper you can feel is the higher your frequency can be. So I want you to think in terms of you can elevate from here to really good high vibrations. Instead of being disconnected, you can open your arms and accept the fact that you are totally connected to the center of goodness, to pure love, and to every cell in everybody else's body that is pure love. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Well, do you have any questions?
I would like to know from you, Dr. Sue, besides the diagrams that you have given us, some of the other suggestions that you have heard that people are having success with. I know the petitgrain has been amazing for some people.
The magnolia that you know from our previous chat has 41% more linalool in it than lavender, is extraordinary for the calming. The particular combination that lavender has is not only calming, but lavender helps you with your histamine system and your histamine response, where magnolia is excellent for soothing the mind and clearing the heart. Magnolia will help, with grief. It helps with exciting, because sometimes when things are getting very exciting, our mind races ahead. It's difficult for us to stay in the moment. Magnolia is great. Other oils that you have in your kit that are extraordinary that will surprise you is Citrus Bliss. Citrus Bliss is a blood pressure moderator. So if your blood pressure tends to be a little bit high, it will kind of gently help it down. If it's a little bit low, it will gently help it up. Lang Lang is extraordinary for stronger blood pressure issues. And what's really funny is many people report once they start using oils for blood pressure issues, they are automatically drinking more water, and the blood pressure again will balance better if you are well hydrated. The gift of the Aroma Touch technique, I can't begin to tell you how extraordinary helping the human chemistry achieve homeostasis is for calming, balancing, efficient functioning within the body in a positive manner, for helping you rewrite things that you couldn't let go of previously. Was that the kind of thing you were hoping for?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, actually, oregano, you're going to laugh, but oregano is an extraordinary calming agent. You put it on the bottom of the feet, you dilute it, 1 drop of oregano to 4 drops of fractionated coconut oil. And the reason oregano can be very calming and helpful when you've suffered from long-term stress is it clears your respiratory system. And you'll put the oregano on, and it'll be funny because I watch everybody take like this deep breath and their shoulders drop. And it's like all I did was put a little oregano on the bottom of their feet. And it's like, are you kidding me? That's all it took? Well, it's the combination of the molecules that serviced your organ systems, but in particular helped you take a deep breath.
Wow, that is a new one to me. I've not heard that. That's a great tip.
Clove, simple clove. I love clove. We all think of it for pain. We think of it for teething babies. We think of it for mouth infections. Clove is extraordinary. You put it on the bottom of the two big toes before you go to sleep at night, and you get a whole nother level of calm. I always think of it as like we have all these strings that pull really tight above our head in a big knot. And as soon as you use clove, it loosens the knot. So all those pulled tight strings just gently, gently, gently let you relax. It's very subtle. And again, it's on the feet. And it's amazing. I mean, you've heard me say before that whenever you're in a crisis, whatever oil you have is the right oil. You just have to use it. And you have to say, I am perfectly present. I can handle this. It's going to be okay. And it doesn't matter if it's Slim and Sassy. I had one lady tell me, all I had with me was Slim and Sassy. So I used it, and by God, it worked. Okay. Mother Nature is tipped to help you help yourself. This is what the oils are about. They provide oxygenation. They clear cell receptor sites so you can get the nutrition in your cells that you really, really want. I mean, you have just such a treasure trove in your group of oils, and you need to get them out and you need to use them.
I think that's one of the biggest tips that people can hear and also remember is that they need to use the oils and use them with consistency.
We also have Melissa. Don't forget Melissa. I keep forgetting Melissa because I use it so much with so many different things. Whatever has you sad, in grieving, PTSD, a bad encounter at a wake that's really bothering you, whatever it is, Melissa, 2 drops under your tongue, and you declare, I am calm, I can manage me, I stop trying to manage others. Melissa's amazing for helping you separate what you can control and what you cannot. And Melissa's soothing to every organ system. Besides, if you have a habit in your head of judging yourself harshly or criticizing yourself, that's called stinking thinking. And Melissa has the ability to help you clear that up because we're all human. We're only here to learn lessons. We're not here to be condemned and to be punished. So knock it off.
Oh, good point, Dr. Sue. So if somebody feels that Melissa is hot or strong for them putting it under the tongue, where would you suggest a good place of application would be?
Well, it only burns for 22 seconds. Um, I okay, you can dilute it. Absolutely, you can dilute it. You can put it on your intercostals. Your intercostals run from under your armpits down your sides to like your hip bones. You can rub it there and you could dilute it because it is a warm oil. You could dilute it, I would say 2 drops of Melissa to 10 drops of fractionated coconut oil. And unless you have very aggressive candida, you shouldn't have any rashing issue.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Look,
Oh, yay!
this is Deborah's page.
Yes, okay, so may I?
Of course.
All right, doTERRA is doing a spring tour, and this year it's going to be a lot different. April the 18th, doTERRA is coming to Monroeville.
Woohoo!
And yes, and they're doing a business training in the afternoon from 2 to 5. And it's a nominal charge, $10 or $20, I'm not sure. And then the evening, they will have the open forum presentation, which is free to everyone. And that is from 7 to 9. And as everyone is aware, this does sell out quickly.
Please tell me the date again. I forgot to put it on there.
April the 18th. And I was informed, Jen Ankoviak, and I'm sure everybody knows who she is. She's a diamond leader within our organization, so she's on a sister leg to all of you. She called me about a week ago to let me know that she was asked to host the training in Monroeville, which is awesome. So I'm having breakfast with her on Friday, so I will have more details forthcoming. Additionally, she is speaking at the Leadership Retreat in Atlanta, and also her new book is coming out.
And I'm
So,
excited.
yeah, a lot of great information. I also asked Dr. Sue at my request to put on this slide her website. It's oilsandyou.drsue.com, and I'm sure the rest of you are like me. I like to be able to go back and reference these webinars and look at handouts. And Dr. Sue is a wealth of information. She is truly a gift to all of us. This is a subscription-based website, and there are numerous recordings up already, and you can just listen to them while you're cooking or sitting and relaxing, and there are downloadable PDFs. So I really encourage each of you to look into this, to better educate yourself and also to empower yourselves and your families with this knowledge on these oils. And you always have a reference, and it is continually and intentionally being updated every week with new information.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's still at the beginning, and we're loading information literally every day. And the information in the webinars is different from the PDFs, which are the handouts. And we've gotten lots of really positive feedback from people who are saying, now I understand how this works. Now I understand how that works. Great. Just open the bottle. That's how it works.
Yes, and your information that you provide and share along with Paul and Terry Helms, really, I have not come across this type of education and information in other places. So my hat's off to you, and I thank you on behalf of everyone around the world, because I know this is globally accessible, for putting this together for all of us. It's a huge gift.
Well, thank you for your kindness, but I had literally thousands of requests, so I'm doing the best I can, guys.
You are awesome, and thank you again for sharing all of this information with us this evening. I think it really helps to hear it over and over again so that we can better manage our health and stress.
And just get the idea that what you think affects everything in your body. So make a list of really good thoughts about yourself and carry it with you and read it often. That's the best I can do.
I think that's great. Keep a little affirmation in your pocket with you, with your oils.
Yep. Thank you kindly, and we love you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Sue. We love you too, and thank you for all of your great information, and thank you everyone for attending and listening to this webinar.
Good night.
Good night.